What do you want to get from this world when everything's all said and done?
Yeah.
What do you want to get from this life?
Oh, great question. I live a very fast-paced life. For those who know me, it's no secret.
Yeah.
To stay sane of that life, I try to consume as much as possible.
Consume what? Food,
Okay.
content,
Drugs.
drugs,
But
weed,
jokes aside,
cocaine, cocaine.
I like literature.
Okay.
I read a lot. I watch a lot of film and TV. I I listen to a lot of music. I have a lot of music projects.
Yeah.
Right. I believe it's my life's destiny to consume as much of the finer offerings the world has to offer. Like, let me give you another way to think about this. In the pandemic, everyone was, you know, isolated. That's the word for it. Isolated.
Yeah.
What did we revert to? We reverted to the creative arts, whether that's film, whether that's literature, whether that's the gaming industry, games. We jumped on virtual quiz nights, etc. I thought that was a stupid thing, but yeah, we just dumped into the creative creations of others, right? And isn't that the most noblest thing, to help people unwind from their daily lives? So I believe my destiny is to consume all the offerings the world has to offer. Obviously, this is like it would take me 100 lifetimes to do so.
To consume it, yeah. But you see that when you consume it, like you said, your destiny is to consume as much, yeah. But to do what with it after consuming it? What would you do with it? Because like like all of us here we speak also like about like each of us like finding. Some people find it, some people don't. In terms of like finding your purpose, like you hear these people saying to you like find your purpose. Like what would you find out why you was born, when you got put on this earth to do. So that's very interesting, by the way. So in terms of like you saying consuming all of these things that you're saying, also like I just said, like to do what with it after consuming it though, you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay, funny you asked that. I have a brand. My brand's called Chronicles. So I chronicle the best of music and the best of literature and try to merge it together. On my Instagram handle, I actually have a highlights reel thingy called Writings. And the best books I read are always there. I have an audience subscription. And when you have an audience subscription, it's £20 a month, all you can watch. So 2 movies, you make back the money.
Okay.
So if on a long day I'm saturated working, I'd actually just buy a Doritos and like a Coke, put in a tote bag, and go to the cinema. Instead of sitting at home on a TV or in front of a laptop scrolling, I just do it on a big screen, which is a 10-minute walk from mine. So I end up watching a lot of indie movies, a lot of movies. Like Superman's out today. We're probably gonna go see Superman later. But
just between me and you, I'm tired of them making different versions of Superman.
Apparently this one's good.
I've grown up, and I don't know how much you have clocked, but over the years, obviously they've had so many different Supermans. And even like a good few weeks ago, I was just speaking to like a family member, and I was saying to them, how many more Supermans do they want to make? Like, we get it, Superman, he flies, it does all of these things, but how many more Supermans? Even going back to cinema, like you said, you love going to the movies sometimes, to watch new movies. Going back, like, obviously, us in our 30s and whatever, now we see a clear difference in technology, how movies get shot with all of these things. Like, what's one of the biggest changes that you realize in terms of like how movies, like nowadays, how movies are compared to movies back in our days? You got what I'm saying? Like, what's one of the biggest changes you realize as somebody who watches a lot of movies and.
Well, the most blatant, obvious thing staring at your face is the technological aspects of it, right? The CGI factors, including other characters. Another thing is the wokeness, right? Like
the what?
The wokeness of movies.
Yeah.
Like I think of the term woke as not offensive term, but a derogatory term, right? Like if you have common sense, it doesn't make you woke. But on the left side, literally the left side, right? You could be offended by anything. However, I was watching the South Park movie, I think it was last year or something, 25th anniversary, a year or 2 years ago. Special screening at my Odeon, it's like 16 screens in Greenwich. The demographic was like 30s to 40s. So Mr. Garrison, the teacher, he asks a question in class. The kid gets it wrong. He's like, now class, let's have the answer for someone who's not a complete retard.
Yeah.
Right? The whole cinema in one queue laughed. You say that today in any movie, you look at the reaction. Like there was a movie Aeroplane, right? And they had Jewish airlines on it with like the yarmulke and the beard and all that, right? Try to do that today, right? Islamophobia, yeah, sure, it's post 9/11 and stuff. But as a Muslim, I'm very happy with watching stereotypical reels about Muslims. You know, 1, 2, 3, Allahu Akbar or whatever.
Who, like, you guys, yeah, who do you think started this thing of like being extra sensitive? Because let's keep it real, as humans, no matter black, white, where you come from, like, yes, we understand. There's obviously there's being sensitive to certain things in it, but all of us here in this room, let's be completely honest in that. There are people being overly sensitive over like so many different things. It's like, fuck, I'm gonna literally just be blunt and say, fuck off out of here, man. Like, what are people in this generation, this day and age, like on social media, whatever, like what you just said, in movies, content creating, even me speaking to different comedians as well. You know, like some comedians have had to tone it down a little bit. They can't make certain jokes. Like, where do you think this bullshit of people becoming overly sensitive over the years, like, where do you think
America
has came from?
America.
Out of what places?
America.
Talk to us. How?
I don't know, man. Americans are always offended
So?
about pretty much everything. Sadly, the culture isn't fully here yet, but it's getting here. You know, like, for example, my phone's here. I'll just show you. So please join in our chat as well. You guys don't have to sit there. It's not classroom. You don't have to put your head down. So I did an autism fundraiser. So this year I've got a business partner where we're doing music events just with one specific brand. So in South Park there were 2 handy-capable characters, which is the correct term, handy-capable now. We don't call them handicapped anymore.
Oh my god.
I know. No, it's a good way to put things, right? Because my sister is severely autistic.
Okay.
Right? Not touchy about it. Still make fun of the tism. So this was our flyer for the people here as well, if you can see this.
Yeah, now it is.
So, all right, those are 2 characters from South Park. If you know, you know. One's Timmy, one's Jimmy. They're both handy-capable. When I sent this flyer, and it's an autism fundraiser. So when I sent this flyer and this event to people, most of my friends roared, and they're like, Syed, if anyone can do this, it's you, right? I put this out to like major publications and stuff. Hey guys, it's our event. They're like, how dare you? Greta voice, how dare you? So people have lost that sense of humor, right? You know, you can laugh at an edgy joke whilst doing, like Jimmy Carr once said, right? He made a joke about rape. And he's like, it's one thing to make a joke about something, it's another to...
True. You've hit the nail on the head as well. The key word here is sense of humor. And I feel like, listen, any person, I don't know about you, any person who I meet in real life, and I realize like they're just overly like too serious or whatever, and they don't have a sense of humor. For me, I feel like that is one boring motherfucker. I'm like, you know what, you gonna know.
Like, going back to what you said, life is hard, we gotta take it easy. We only have one. But in terms of, I'm always working on something. I'm insatiable. I'm not stimulated enough if I'm just doing my boring career job, right? So most of my work is related to the music industry. I do a lot of projects there. I've got 7 monthly radio shows over 3 sub-series. I'm going to cancel one of the series by the end of this year because it's just too much work, and it's all of this is a labor of love, but that's too laborious and too little love coming from that one, sir. I'm going to carry on with other 2 series. So that continues as all. I'm working with some legends from the Chicago house scene to start an educational forum where they can have kids from minorities and educate them as well towards music, because now music is mostly algorithmic presence on social media, right? True. You can have the crappiest content, you can put thousands of pounds on it and just shove it down everyone's homepages.
It's true.
Right? Let's go to that at a later stage. Let's say you want to make a song, right? Getting the hardware, you're doing it in your bedroom, right? If you want to survive just as an artist, there's not enough monies to go around for you to survive as a grassroots artist. Whatever, like, genre you're in.
Sorry to cut you, just triggered me for a second. 1 second, sorry to cut you. I just want to say one word before you continue. Fuck streaming.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck every streaming platform, you fucking thieves. But that's for a different story. You see the streaming...
I'm on SoundCloud, follow me on Chronicles, it's free. I do all the hard work for you bitches. I filter and I chronicle that shit.
But sorry to even cut you. The only reason why I want to say fuck streaming, because obviously I don't know how much you guys know, but obviously you see, like, in terms of making money from stream, like, you see the way someone broke it down to me, the maths and whatever. That sounded like such a bunch of shit. So sorry, I just wanted to say first and foremost, a lot of these streaming platforms, fuck you lot. You don't need to restructure whatever you're doing. And you are stealing money from music artists, because we know, like, obviously the labels and whatever, somehow we know they're eating, innit? They're eating, but yeah, I just wanted to say that. So hopefully,
And what's his name? Daniel Elk. Now I'm gonna like interject on top of this.
Yeah.
Daniel Elk, I think if that's his name, CEO of Spotify, he put I think 400, 600 million a week or 2 weeks ago into military technology. Like what business does Spotify have investing into military technology?
say that.
Let me just Google this. I don't want to be wrong, especially on camera.
You learn something new every day. See, I didn't even know that. All I knew is like obviously.
Daniel,
a lot of music artists in and they're getting bumped in and these streaming platforms and I'm making proper money.
Spotify,
it's a bunch of nonsense.
military. Because I don't want to be wrong on camera.
Yeah, you're
invested heavily in Helsing, a German defense technology company, 600 million. This was a fortnight ago. So what business does a streaming platform have investing 600 million, which could have gone towards artist royalties, into a military AI application venture? Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Once again, or even going back to the music artists, the music artists who are actually going into studio, putting the blood, sweat and tears into these musics, these projects, and uploading it on these fucking streaming platforms, and they're not even getting their money back.
It's disappointing. I've known many people who've left their careers because they've got mouths to feed, they've got kids, they've got families. Very, very talented people as well. But on the flip side to what you're saying, it's become more easier than ever to do this yourself without the need for a physical presence of studio, of hardware. When I obviously I'm not a DJ, but I'd say I'm better than 80% of DJs out there because I learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Like let's say you open a tire shop, the first thing you need to learn is how a car operates, right? To put the tire in the car. Even if not full knowledge of it, at least somewhat basic knowledge of it, right? I learned on a free software called Virtual DJ. You can literally download it on Google for free. All you need are the tracks. You need a lot of tutorials, and ultimately you need trial and error. Like I used to be spending 2-3 hours every night on this in my bedroom, recording songs, recording things which I could hear back later. So on the way to university, I used to live in South London. So on the way to uni, I listened to my Nicks from the night before because it was like an hour and a half commute. At uni, after classes, I go to the library, had a little VPN thing, download some songs, and then on the way back on that goddamn metro line, right?
Yeah.
I'd be practicing mixing that. Okay. I'd go home, shower, eat, unwind. Next day in the morning, I'd do that. So no one sees like the efforts it goes towards a music career. Sure. Everyone just sees you on the stage. Everyone would see you, having pictures with these famous artists. But not many people nowadays have the strength or the resilience to pull up their sleeves. It's called instant gratification. And sadly, it's not just in music. Yeah. The world doesn't owe you anything. Success is due every day. It's rent. And the moment you slip, someone else is going to overtake you, take your position. So not only do you have to be innovative, but you have to be strategically precise and disciplined to maintain that momentum. Sorry, went on a weird one there, but yeah.
No, you're good. Even one of the things, hopefully one of the guys, I've got some questions for you as well.
Oh, absolutely.
One of the things I wanted to go on as well, in terms of this is, the up and coming artists getting developed. So one thing that I used to, again, when I was making music, I used to go to this thing I'm about to say, and I still feel like there's actually there's a place for it for up and coming artists for them to get developed. Basically open mics. I'm talking about open mics, yeah. And one thing I realized about open mics over the years is, and I don't want anybody to get offended, but I feel like over the years quality control has basically kind of messed up a lot of these open mics. Meaning